It is important to bear in mind that the environmental governance process is a long process. The reason for it is that the environmental policy making at the international level is on the one side a success story, because many institutions have been successfully developed, agreements have been concluded to tackle very specific issues. But what has been missing is a center of gravity, an anchor institution that would ensure an oversight and keep everything together. So there have been several efforts undertaken in order to address that problem that was emerging because of the success of the process as such. First have been the establishment of UNEP. Later we have established the CHEF, the Global Environmental Facility, to provide financial support. We had then in Cartagena in 2002 an important ministerial meeting where decisions were taken to underline the policy guiding role and to strengthen UNEP as central institution. There was afterwards a process in New York, General Assembly base, in order to address the same issues, and then followed by this process in UNEP, which took a culmination in Rio and now here in Nairobi. We have to conclude that.
I think first of all governments call for more environment in terms of being able to assist countries, but they also ask for more UNEP. They strengthened, they upgraded UNEP, that so-called paragraph 88 establishes universal membership, and you and I are standing now in Nairobi at the end of the first universal session of the United Nations Environment Programme. And the remarkable thing is, not only was it decided in Rio in June, but just a few months later in New York, it was adopted in its entirety, and the mandate given to the Governing Council of UNEP to immediately implement these decisions. And so here we are, just less than 8-9 months after Rio. The new UNEP has been established, it is functioning, and with it I think is the promise of having a stronger platform, a more authoritative platform in the United Nations system for moving the environmental dimension of sustainable development forward.
I think we got quite a strong mandate from Rio to strengthen UNEP, because the mandate was to strengthen UNEP's role vis-à-vis scientific community, stakeholders, and get more kind of active political leadership on UNEP on the ministerial level, but at the same time also coordinate within the whole UN system environmental issues.
В межсессионный период эффективность работы ЮНЕП со странами может быть обеспечена за счет связи, контактов ЮНЕП со странами и мониторингом деятельности, проводимых в странах в соответствии с решениями Ассамблеи министров. И для эффективного обеспечения вот этой деятельности, в первую очередь, мы придаем значение закреплению критериев и проведению мониторинга выполнения решений, а также создание института focal point'ов, то есть ответственных лиц, которые будут проводить осуществлять эту повседневную деятельность и обеспечивать отчетность стран перед секретариатом, перед ЮНЕП. Этот механизм уже известен в рамках международных соглашений и ряда международных процессов. И считаю, что он будет эффективен также в рамках дальнейшей деятельности ЮНЕП.
Rio has been another important step forward, I think, in addressing the challenges that we are all faced of ensuring an efficient environmental governance structure. And it has done so, I think, in a good manner. It has taken several very important decisions. The first decision that it took, I would say, is that UNEP shall become universal membership. This is very important in order to strengthen the political authority of UNEP vis-à-vis the other partners in the regime. Secondly, it has also entrusted UNEP with a mandate to develop an overarching system-wide strategy for the environment for the whole UN system. And this is also underlining the crucial role that UNEP is having in that process. And then it has also called for other elements that are important, like strengthening the financial base, increasing the contribution from the UN system, being more responsive with regard to capacity building, consolidating the headquarters in Nairobi, so meaning that we have to consolidate only the headquarters in Nairobi and not all functions of UNEP, and several other elements.
For us, I think one of the most interesting parts of the mandate of the new UNEP is this provision in paragraph 88H of the Rio+20 outcome document. This is the paragraph that envisages an enhanced participation of stakeholders and also mandates UNEP to explore new mechanisms for doing so. And now, of course, the exciting question now is how is that actually going to be implemented? And so far, I mean, there's a lot of open questions, but I'm quite encouraged by the discussion that we've heard so far in the Governing Council these last couple of days, where we hear a lot of member states speaking about the importance of this provision. From the side of the NGOs, we're very keen that UNEP should be a real leader when it comes to stakeholder participation.